Hello and welcome to Nanny Moon's Crochet. My name's Sally and today I'm going to do, it's a little bit late, I'm awfully sorry, but it's what I achieved in 2024 and setting a few goals for 2025. But before I start, all on our news the last 2 or 3 days has been the devastating fires in Los Angeles, California. Just the enormous the wind that's blowing all the fires all over the place, and the homes that have just absolutely, in probably less than minutes, all the big, the lovely big houses have all just gone. And I can't even imagine. Well, I had a house fire once, so I know, the devastating effects that has. But thankfully, me and my 3 children were okay. But I just think the firemen and women, firemen and ladies, and all the homeowners and everybody there that's affected, I just think we're definitely in our prayers, and hope the winds soon drop and they get more water, and hopefully everything will not get any worse than it is already. Um, so just wanted to say that. And on a bit of a lighter note, the last video I did that was my lovely, lovely happy mail from Chris. Hi, Chris. My husband always watches my video through. He always likes it. He does the thumbs up, and he always just plays it through. Well, I said to him the other day, just to so I could get watch hours. He always does that, and doesn't particularly always watch it, but it's there and he can hear it. And I said to him, "Oh, is it still playing?" He said, "Yes, yes, I think so." Anyway, he turned it up a little bit, and I'm not really in control of the adverts, but I must try and find a way of doing it, because all of a sudden he turned his volume up a bit, and I heard it was me talking away about my lovely merino wool and that from Chris, and all of a sudden I hear for um, erectile dysfunction, and take these tablets, and you could. And I thought, what? Oh, it was tablets for, you know men couldn't get an erection. I thought, oh, that's really not appropriate for a crafting video, for a crochet video. Really not appropriate. And he said, what on earth is that? And I said, no, that isn't me. So I think next time when I try and upload this, I'm going to have to look into where it says adverts and try and filter them down. Or I think at the moment they just have free reign, and they just put what they want. But I think, no, I need to be in control of what type of advert. I mean, for goodness sake, adverts are bad enough, aren't they? But at least if it's for Wool Warehouse, or if it's something appropriate, you don't mind so much, do you? But dear me, so must apologise about that. But I wouldn't have known unless my husband had just happened to turn it up. But I don't know if anybody else noticed. But oh dear, dear me. So awfully sorry about that. Well, I feel small. I feel tiny. Perhaps my chair's gone down a bit. Right. So anyway, I wrote a few notes so I don't forget anything. In 2024, I didn't start my YouTube. My very first intro, I think, was my very first episode, was on the 15th, Monday the 15th of January. So I'll have been going a year on the 15th. Was it the 15th? I'm sure it was. Oh, the 13th was my intro. That's right. And January the 15th was my first episode. So, nearly at a year then, really. But I didn't write down what any of my goals were as such. But I do remember, I'm not sure if I said this on video, my very first video, but obviously in 2024 I wanted to start my YouTube channel, which I've done. I thought I'd like to aim to get to about 200 subscribers. I thought that'd be really well if I could do that. So I'm absolutely thrilled that I could get to 1,000 in my first year. I'm so excited. Also, another thing I wanted to do was to get my temperature blanket, because I've tried the year before, like I said, and with living at mum's, I forgot to take it with me, so I got too far behind. I'd only done about this much, so I've made it into like an infinity scarf, so that's really nice. I've got that, but I got my temperature blanket finished, so I did do that. And I wanted to try and join in a few cowls, so I joined in with Litza from Coco's Crochet, because she did a cowl the year before that I thoroughly enjoyed. It was like a sampler blanket. This was in 2023. It was a sampler blanket, and she took the colours from a calendar, a Sydney, Australia calendar, and I really enjoyed doing that. So last year she did a 6-month cowl, Coco's Crochet cowl 2024, and each fortnight she picked little categories like beanies or little pouches, little bags, little small things that you could do and then have them as gifts. And that I really enjoyed that as well, because I had lots of little gifts that I could give away for Christmas. So I managed to join in those, so I was pleased with that. And one of excuse me, one of my major things, I'd got about, what was it? Oh, 8, 12, 16. I'd got about 20 sleeping whips, newer ones and older ones. One was a knitted Christmas cushion, and it was 11 years old whip, that was the knitted one. So I can honestly say I got every single sleeping whip finished. So that was a massive thing, and I feel so light, and nothing weighting me shoulders down, thinking, oh, I've got to get that finished, I've got to get that finished. That I got all my sleeping whips finished, and that was, I loved to finish them off, to be honest. I really enjoyed doing them. And the only other thing that I wanted to show you is, let me just put that down there a minute, because I need to refer back to that for this year's goals. Now, this lovely fold, oh, speak on there, lovely folder that my daughter got me for Christmas, and her husband, I wrote down there because I'd watched Julie from KS Mom Crochets, and this was last year sometime, the end of last year. She got got this little, just this small, it isn't A4, it's A5, like half the size little pouch, and I'd kept absolutely all of my labels. So those are all Aran. I've took them all out because I'm not going to go through them all because there's too many, but these little few was cottons. I've got chunkies, I've got chenilles. These were all super chunky. The Yarn Smith Snug as a Bug, and the blanket, the Nat blanket. And then this pile is Aran. This is Starcraft Special DK. That pile was Aran, and that pile was DK. That surprised me because I'd used more Aran. But thinking about it, I was doing my crochet critters, from the book, where I did this little turtle and the kangaroo here. They were all in Aran, so that's probably why I use more Aran. But that's my Aran, that's my DK, and they only just about fit in here now. Look, put them all back in. But I'm going to let you know. Oh, sorry, let me just do that back up. I know that might be sounding a bit crackly. Just 1 second. Sorry, I don't want to lose any. I thought I'd label it and then... Oh, come on. Sorry. Oh, there we are. I pressed it up. But can you see all of those? All of those labels of what I've used last year. So, what we've got, I wrote them all down here, look. So, Stylecraft Special DK, I've used 17 100-gram balls. Stylecraft Special Aran, I've used 26 100-gram balls. The super chunky, like Snug as a Bug and Banat chunk, you know, the thick, super chunky, I've used 2,300 gram, the chenille. And in the just chunky chenille, which was Jelly Baby, I think, and a couple of others, I've just used 200 gram. And then cotton, I've used 700 gram. A mixed Aran or 4 weight, so that's, you know, just different mixed ones, but they're all Aran weight. I've used 1,200 gram. Mixed double knitting, so other than Stylecraft, you know, I've used all different. I've used Yarn Smiths Create, and I've used this type of thing, look, Hayfield bonus DK, just anything other DK. I've used 1,400 gram, and mixed chunky I've used 2,100 gram. So altogether last year I have used 11,500 gram of yarn. 11,500. I didn't go as far as doing the maths on the yardage or the meterage, but if anybody wants me to work that out, I'll get my husband to do it because he's good with maths. I can work out the meterage and yardage if you like, but grams, it's 11,500 grams. So that's interesting. You'd never think, would you? But I know there's a lot of labels, but yeah. So I think I'm going to put a little label on that and put 2024. Oh, what's the point in keeping them? Is there any point in keeping them? Oh, I don't know. I just feel like I should keep them, but I don't know. Maybe not. Bit of no point, is there really? But anyway, I might. I'll keep them for a little while anyway. Now my goals for 2025. I haven't got too many down really because they're not massive urgently I've got to stick to them and I've got to do them. They're just a little reminder of things that I'd like to do if I could. So number one is a definite really. I must learn more about editing and the tech side of YouTube. You know, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and Jenny in my spare time is a really good example. That she was watching her goals, and I'm sure on that she was saying that she wasn't that good with technology and that. Well, I think she does a brilliant job, but where she'll say, I'll just insert a little picture here, I'll just put the information here. I think I really don't know how to do that, but I've been watching videos on how to do it, but I need to spend all day really and try and work it out and see if I can do that, because I think it just helps, doesn't it, if you can have a bit of information on the screen, or rather than I'm trying to show you pictures of things you lovely ladies have done, and I'm showing you on this and the lights showing, and it's just not I think I could do a lot better there. So I think that's my main one. I just need to get a little bit more and in control of the adverts when they come, and you don't have to watch the adverts through because it's a bit tedious sometimes, isn't it? But if I'm watching a channel, and if I'm crocheting, I just let them run through. But sometimes depends what they are. But I think I need to be in control of what content is in the advert, definitely, because that, well, we won't mention that again. Um, and number two, I've put keep track and make plans more of managing my time. So I can sometimes, this is my craft room, I can sometimes come into my craft room and I think, right, I'll work a little bit on that, and then I'll think, oh, there's a couple of balls of yarn there, I'll put those away. I seem to go from one thing to another sometimes, and I'll potter in, I'd call it pottering around, which, but then sometimes I think, well, oh, I didn't get that finished, my donut or whatever I'm working on. I think, well, God, I was in there a long time and I didn't even get that finished. So I think, like I said, I've got this lovely clipboard that that Emma got me, and it's crochet plans because she's plans for January. So I can write on there what I need to do. You can put your hook, your yarn, and what needs to be done. So I just think I need to plan my time a little bit more, dedicated time, and just be a little bit more efficient with that. That'll help a lot, I think. Um, and I'm also, aware as crochet alongs, I'm I'm going to join in with Litzer Coco's Crochet. It's hashtag the birthstone cow 2025, and it's obviously a 12 month because of the birthstones, and each month we're in garnet because it's January. So I wasn't really sure what to do, whether to do a blanket or I really I couldn't really think. I kept changing my mind. And then when I was writing my goals down, my number four sort of helped me to answer the question that I did with number three. So my birthstone cow, number four I noted down was I wanted to do a bit more for charity. I want to donate. Hats are the thing, I suppose, that I love doing the divine hat. And there's lots. I know Crystal at Bagaday has got hundreds of hats that I haven't even tried many of them at all. So, or if there's any, there's care homes near us, and then there's charities that need hats for the homeless and people like that. So I just want to do a lot more. So with that in mind, I decided my birthstone cow for each month I'm going to do hats. I mean, I'll try and do as many as I can, but even if I just do one or two, so garnet is January's colour, so I'll do the colour garnet and do just as many hats as I can, and then I'll always have hats on hand that I can donate. That's what I was thinking. So that's what I'll be doing for the birthstone cow, is hats, or I suppose maybe um, cowls, maybe just warm items. Um, and then number five, I'd quite like to do just very basic tutorials because my nephew's partner, Judith, hi Judith, um, she wanted to learn how to do like a macrame pot holder, and I'd like to do that too because I had this lovely house plant book off one of my sons at Christmas. So I thought it'd be lovely to do a potted plant and then a little macrame holder, and just because my son and his wife Samantha, they're both sort of learning as well. I thought even if just for them, so they can just get the basic. I might not be a good teacher, I don't know, but I thought I'd just have a little try anyway and see, have a look into doing little tutorials of basic stitches. And then number 6, I've put down Sophie's Universe. It's a there's a big mandala blanket, and I've wanted to do it for a long, long time. And then last year for my birthday, the lovely Natasha, hi Natasha, she got me Sophie's Universe book, and it is a thick, thick book, and it's all about the blanket. So it's in parts, and there's really good tutorials. I'm going to talk about it more on Saturday. It'll be sort of starting Saturday, but I know one or two of you want to join in as well, so we can all go at our own pace. I'll show you my yarn choices and how I think it might be okay to work. Um, the first few rows are going to be really quick, so I thought maybe for the first Saturday we could just do part 1 and part 2 together, but then after that just do each little part a week. But I'll talk more about that on Saturday. That'll be Sophie's Saturday. And then also I'd like to make a chicken. Now, what's it called? Comfy chicken? No, not a cozy chicken. What's it called? Emotional chicken. I'd like to make an emotional chicken, um, because I've again Natasha gifted me the yarn and the pattern, so I could make an emotional chicken. So I would like to get that done. And I have a blanket on order. My oldest son's his mother-in-law's sister. So Amanda, his wife, Amanda's auntie, her mum's sister, um, wondered if I could make her a blanket, and it's just a granny square, but then you do little squares all the way around it as well. And I said to her last year I'd do one, so I must get that done for her this year. So that's a must, is the blanket. And also, um, my other daughter-in-law, Sam, that's got Little Hope now. Amanda and David have got Dougie and Cole. Well, my other daughter-in-law, Sam, her her mom also asked me last year if I could crochet her a cardigan. So I said, yes, of course I can if you get the pattern, and she was going to get the yarn. And I didn't ask at the time what sort it was, but I spoke to Sam the other day, and it's a hexie cardigan, can you believe? And I wanted to do a hexie cardigan for 2 or 3 years now and just never done one. But every time I look at different channels, it's like the time of the hexie, because Litza, I know, is doing a hexie cardigan with KK and Kristen. They're doing a hexie cardi party. And then also Jenny in my spare time and Cassandra at Craftably Ever After, they they were on about doing one, so they're going to do one. And then also me and Natasha, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were talking, and I said, oh, "Have you ever made a hexie cardigan?" She said, "No, no, I'd like to though." I said, "Yeah, and me." And we spoke about this weeks ago. And now it's hexies are just everywhere. So I think definitely I've got an order for a hexie cardigan for Sam's mum, but I would like to do one for myself as well, because you can make it longer, can't you, and make the sleeves not so wide. So I think a hexie cardigan is definitely going to be in the future. So that's basically it. That's other than that, that's sort of my working things. Other than that, I just want to spread joy and happiness as usual. Um, just try and make the world a nicer place. I think if everybody did that, wouldn't it be a beautiful world to be living? Um, So I'm sorry it's a little bit late. I know because we also thought we'll be in February if I'm not careful and I haven't done my goals, but I'm writing them down slowly and then I remembered about my labels. I thought, oh, I must tell you about my labels. And yeah, so that's it really for today. I hope you're all okay and keeping cool if you're in hot countries. I know Australia, Blitzer and Jenny and the Australian ladies are feeling it's summer, I think, so it's feeling the heart. And but we're going to be minus. I think it was -8 tonight. It's going to get to, which I know in some countries that's nothing, but for us here in the UK, that's really cold. We're not used to it, but I've got lovely blankets. This lovely blanket. I can snuggle. No need to feel cold. It can go over me head. It can like Mary, like little Mary and Joseph. Oh, smell. Oh, and you put fabric softener on. Yes, no need to be cold. So we're just going shopping tomorrow. Going to pick up a few little bits, but Dot's feeling a little bit better. So she said she was going to try and go to Aldi tomorrow. So I thought of her driving. I thought, oh no, that's too much. So we're going to pick her up, take make sure she's okay going round, and so she can get a few little bits of food in case we get really bad snow and we get snowed in. You never know, do you? But just some tins of soup and some, nice warm standbys. So we'll do that tomorrow. Pick Dot up. Haven't seen her since before Christmas, so that'll be lovely to see Dot. And give her a nice big cuddle. Hope she's all right. Um, yeah, that's it. And then not doing much over the weekend, weather permitting, because it's like I said, it's forecast really bad snow and ice, and it's safer to be indoors, aren't you? Really, in the warm, having hot drinks. So hope you like this little video, just letting you know what I'll be up to, and I'm really pleased with what I did last year. I don't try and set too many goals because you can only do so much, can't you? But um, learning the tech side of it is quite important. So I really must. That's quite a must for me. So anyway, hope you keep safe, keep well. Don't go out if it's slippy underfoot. Just try and keep in if you can, because lethal. It's absolutely sliding all over the place. But whatever you're doing, whoever you're doing it with, love each other, be kind, happy and kind, and spread the love wherever you can. Love you all. See you for Sophie's Saturday. Bye.